Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Kitty. In this video, I'm going to tell a story about something that I personally experienced. If you're interested, make sure to keep watching and don't forget to like this video and don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're at it. This story takes place way before I had my kids. I want to say it was like 2010. I would say, yeah, that sounds right. 2010. I was living by myself and I was working that night, and I was debating because I used to work Monday through Friday, and I was debating on whether or not to go back to the res for the weekend. When I was by myself, I used to go home a lot just because I missed my family, and so they never would come see me like now, so I would have to go home to see them. And so I was debating on whether I should go or not. I didn't take my clothes because usually I would pack up all my laundry so that I can do it at home, so that I wouldn't have to pay for laundry at the laundromat. And so I didn't take my clothes this time. I went to work. I got off like around 10 o'clock. I decided, I was like, let's just go home because you're not going to do nothing anyway. You know, we have no plans, so let's just go home. And so I drove, because I used to work on the east side. I drove all the way back to the west side. And then I got my clothes ready, I loaded everything up that I needed, and then I started heading back to the res. By the time I headed out, it was after midnight. I want to say it was like 1 o'clock, maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock. I want to say like 12:30-ish. And it takes me a good 2 hours to get back home. Like, that's just driving speed limit, okay? If I'm hauling ass, then it will take me like an hour and a half, but typically, like, if I stop and get gas and do all that stuff, it takes me about a good 2 hours tops. Around 12:30, I started heading back to the res, and I was by myself. And during this time, I didn't mind driving by myself, especially at nighttime. That was like when I like to travel the most. And I wasn't afraid. I never like had any kinds of thoughts like I'm gonna break down or someone's gonna, you know, try to kidnap me, or there's drunk drivers, I'm gonna get in an accident, or I'm gonna get stranded in the middle of nowhere. Nothing like that never occurred to me because I always take very good care of my vehicles, and I'm a safe driver. I will say that. I like to think I'm a safe driver. So I started heading back, and through the canyon, which is right after Superior. There's a canyon area where there's no cell reception. I noticed there was like nobody around. There was like nobody on the road, and that kind of freaked me out because I was like, that's kind of weird, you know. Usually there's some cars out, but this time there wasn't, and I was like, okay. So I kept driving, and then I started getting to the place called Top of the World, and it is like one of the highest points right after Superior. It's between Superior and between Globe, so it's Top of the World, and it was cold. It was winter. I remember it was winter time because there was like snow. There's always snow during the winter on the Top of the World. So there was snow on the side of the road, and it was cold. And I remember that I seen this lady walking, you know, like right by the white line. She was walking like right there. And I was kind of going slow because, one, there was snow. Two, it's a community. People always try to haul ass through there, so I always follow the speed limit. I noticed her from a way back, okay? So when I started looking at her, I noticed that she was dressed like old-fashioned, and she didn't have no shoes on. And I remember thinking, like, what the hell is this lady like walking around out here for by herself at like 1:30 at nighttime? And I looked at her feet, and she was wearing no shoes, and I'm like, I wonder if she got in an accident, like, because maybe her shoes flew off or something, like maybe she needs help. So I passed her, and when I passed her, I looked back on the rear view mirror, and then I looked back in the side mirror, and I braked so that I can see behind me because it's really dark, and there was nobody. There was nobody standing there, and immediately chills went all through my body, and I just freaked out. I got so scared. I booked it. I started hauling ass, and I was just creeped out after that. I zoomed home as fast as I could. I didn't care if I got stopped. I didn't care if I got a ticket. I was going like, probably like, I don't know, 85, 90, like I was going fast, and I know that road pretty well, so I know when to turn and, you know, when to brake, where the cops are and stuff. But yeah, that was my experience. And every time I go through there, I always like look, you know, like just out of curiosity. But one time, I never told anybody the story. One time, I had given 2 of my friends that were living out here, I gave them a ride back to the res. They did their own thing for the weekend. I did my own thing. And then I was getting ready to come back. It was like a Sunday night and they had to go back to work and stuff. So they were like, can we hop in back with you? I was like, let's go. We were cruising through the same place and I didn't even say anything. But one of the girls was like, hey, remember when we saw that lady right there? Or we saw a ghost? Kitty, we saw a ghost right here one time. And I just looked at her. I was like, for real? She was like, yeah. I was like, you know what? And I told her the story. I was like, right there. She's like, that's the same place we saw that lady walking to, and she was a ghost. And I was like, ooh. So we just like zoomed through there, and ever since then I just like, I'm always like looking around there. I try not to drive there, you know, at nighttime, but it's pretty sketchy. I've actually heard another scary story from that area. Something had followed my friends back home and it was not a good energy at all. So I don't know what's up there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that was a lady who maybe was in a car accident or something. I don't know. But that's what happened. And that's my scary story. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video so I know you guys enjoy these videos. And don't forget to subscribe. And feel free to share these videos so that the algorithm, you know, does its thing. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.